America's trusted news source. This is Channel 8 News at 10.
Let's get right to an update on the dangerous heat taking over in the capital city today. Hot and windy has been the story for most of the day. This video sent into our Now Local News app by citizen journalist Brian, showing us some flags whipping around in the wind. Most of these conditions have carried over into the night. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Emma Norwood. Mackenzie Johnson has the weekend off. The sun has been down for close to 2 hours now and it's still over 80 degrees. Let's get a look across southeast Nebraska through our network of cameras. Beautiful sunset earlier tonight with some wind waving those flags around out there. Just how long are we going to be feeling these temps? Let's check in with meteorologist Dominic Ferraro for some answers. Dom?
Hey, good evening, Emma. Unfortunately, just getting started with some of this warmer weather. We're going to take a look then at your high temperatures today across the state because it was a warm one out there into the mid 90s for us in southeastern Nebraska, including then 96 degrees here in the capital city. Now that is 1 degree off of our warmest temperature for the year so far, 97. I believe it was on March 21st. I'm 90% sure. I've been trying to double check here, but March 21st, 97 degrees for your hottest temperature of the year. So we're still short of the high for the year, but I'd imagine that is going to be coming to an end here soon. Quick look outside in your Barry Law camera at 10 o'clock, by the way. That's important to note here. 85 degrees, feels like 94. And there's no real great way to sugarcoat that. It's been toasty out there, and it's not going away as we head through the overnight hours. Mid-80s then in southeastern Nebraska, into the 70s then as you head out towards the west. Clear skies for the moment here in southeast Nebraska. We do have a stronger storm, though, out there in northwestern Cherry County. It has been dropping a little bit of hail, too, 11 miles south of Merriman. About a quarter diameter size hail, so it was an inch in diameter there. So it's still putting some good hail out there, but main focus now is the heat as we head throughout the day on Monday. Heat advisory is still in place for southeastern Nebraska until 9 p.m. on Tuesday, and then an extreme heat warning off to our east. So only getting started with the warmer weather and got a couple chances for storms out there. We'll get you caught up to date with the latest here coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thanks so much, Tom. We'll check in with you a little later. And the Lincoln-Lancaster County Health Department is providing people with this map while the weather is so extremely hot. They're pointing out cooling centers that people can go to if they're trapped out in the heat. Now, there are 20 locations throughout Lincoln, including libraries and parks and rec centers. They say just a couple minutes in air conditioning can help prevent heat-related illnesses. And the Lincoln Police Department is staying cool during the high temps. The department sharing this photo today of a huge donation of 40 cases of water from Super Saver and Russ's Market. They say the heat and humidity do take a toll when wearing protective gear, and proper hydration is key to continue performing at their best. Breaking now, a crash in South Lincoln leaves one car on its side. We were on the scene of the crash as soon as we were alerted to it. You can see a lot of first responders out there and a lot of the neighborhood standing outside to get a view of that crash as well. One Jeep with minimal damage on the side of the road, and this truck you can see flipped completely on its side. We're working with authorities to find out if there were any injuries and what the cause of the crash was. We'll keep you posted as we learn more. New at 10, President Trump's pause on signing the Housing Act is holding in place. It's an act that many of our local lawmakers signed off on. The Affordable Housing Act has seen support from both sides of the aisle, but with Trump wanting to sign his Save America Act first, the housing bill is being pushed to the side. So we hopped on a call with Representative Mike Flood tonight, one of the main authors of this bill, to find out how he thinks the bill will get passed.
When this bill passes, this will be the biggest bipartisan housing legislation in 36 years. And I'm proud to say that I'm the primary author of the legislation and have found a way forward with my Senate colleagues to land the plane, hopefully yet this week. Now, there's a couple of ways we can do this. The president can sign it, or he can choose not to sign it and let it become law without his signature.
We'll make sure to let you know when the president makes a decision on his participation in signing this bill into law. New details on a house left smoldering near 34th and F Streets. Our team here at Channel 8 and our citizen journalists bringing you scenes from the blaze first on our Now Local News app. This video sent into the app by citizen journalist Brian shows us water spraying from the second floor of the home as crews attempt to stop the flames from spreading even further. Now, some different angles behind me here of the house fire showing that second floor window pluming with smoke. The garage in the backyard of the house is half exposed now because of the flames burning the walls to the ground. And according to LFR, it started in the garage there before spreading to the house. Crews were able to stop the fire before it spread further into the home, but it did cause some damage to the walls. LFR says there's about $280,000 worth of total damage, and the two people who live there will have to be relocated. Investigators on the scene say they believe the cause may be electrical, but it is undetermined at this time. Thankfully, no one was hurt. And the fires don't stop there. Citizen journalist Brian sending views from a porch fire on 15th and Burnham Streets into our Now Local News app. You can see a portion of the wall near the front door exposed as firefighters dig through the damage. You can scan the QR code on your screen there to download the Now Local News app so you can always be aware of any breaking news happening in your area. New tonight, Nebraska State Patrol conducting a traffic stop leading to the arrest of a California man. Saul Serrano is being charged after NSP found over 26 pounds of meth in his vehicle during that traffic stop. Here's a look at the stash they uncovered. They say all of this meth was hidden inside a gas tank in Serrano's car. After pulling Serrano over for following too closely, the patrolman's K-9 unit alerted him to the presence of drugs in the vehicle. Serrano is now lodged in the Dawson County Jail with a bond set at $1 million. Developing now, the U.S. is sending more aid to Venezuela following their deadly earthquakes. This is the reason why here there are still people buried under the rubble that can be rescued. Virginia Task Force 1 posting this video of them freeing a woman from a collapsed building. However, it remains a race against the clock to get as many people to safety as possible. The death toll has now surpassed 1,400 people. U.S. Southern Command posting this video behind me of them loading up more equipment and more first responders to Venezuela. They say they've been working around the clock to accelerate the delivery of vital, life-saving help to the country. Against all odds, hope for some is still alive in Venezuela. Unbelievable video coming today of American search and rescue teams pulling a baby from beneath pieces of fallen buildings. The International Federation of Red Cross speaks from the nation's capital in Caracas about how the nation is feeling during this time.
Yes, it is heartbreaking, and at the same time, it is heart healing. What we have witnessed, that the suffering of one single person becomes suffering of a whole community.
The president of the National Assembly in Venezuela reports that over 3,000 are injured, over 12,000 are displaced from their homes, and close to 200 buildings have completely collapsed. Well, stick with us. We have more heading your way after the break, including a semi on its side. A semi truck flips over on Highway 77, what we know about the severity of the incident.
Hot, humid, and chances for an isolated storm or two all remain in the forecast as we head into the start of the work week. All of the latest coming up here in your full forecast after the break.
Blocks traffic near Highway 77 for a little while. Take a look at your screen here. A semi turned over at the roundabout there. Dodge County Sheriff's Office posting these photos today. This is on Highway 77, blocking westbound traffic from exiting. They're advising drivers to go north near the Morningside exit and circle back south. We're checking in with the Sheriff's Office to learn more details. Well, the war in Iran is sparking back up with both countries exchanging strikes. You're taking a live look at the marine traffic in the Strait of Hormuz now. Every dot and arrow that you see on this map is a ship that is navigating its way through the strait. The U.S. and Iran have agreed to stop strikes and let ships traverse the strait, but it remains the choke point in the war. Iranian aggression and American retaliation making these waters extremely dangerous to navigate. The back and forth blows between the two countries starting late this week and carrying into today are showing little sign of any de-escalation. ABC's senior White House correspondent Selena Wang has the story on the latest attacks.
Iran's military releasing video of multiple missiles and drones they say were launched towards neighboring countries, including Bahrain and Kuwait, which are home to U.S. military bases, according to a U.S. official. That official telling ABC News so far there have been no reported American casualties or damage to U.S. locations. This comes after the U.S. struck Iran in direct response to continued Iranian aggression against commercial shipping, according to U.S. Central Command. President Trump posting the U.S. struck Iranian missile and drone storage locations and coastal radar sites, adding there may come a point when we are no longer able to be reasonable and will be forced to militarily complete the job that we very successfully started. Republican Senator Bill Cassidy, who got into a shouting match with the president last week, has been critical of the war, telling CBS,
"You can certainly return to bombing, but the fact is that a medium-sized power at this point is perceived to have fought a superpower to a draw, requiring some measure of accommodation of we, the superpower."
The U.S. strike was in response to an Iranian drone hitting a tanker in the Strait of Hormuz earlier on Saturday, the second such attack in just days. U.S. Ambassador to the UN Mike Waltz telling Fox News,
"If the Iranian regime thinks for a second that President Trump is going to stand by while Iran continues to attack international shipping without a response, or our bases without a response, they're sadly mistaken."
But Iran's foreign minister saying on Sunday that traffic in the strait is Tehran's responsibility. Selena Wang, ABC News, Washington.
Right now, the Capital Humane Society is asking for the community's help. They say their pet food and supply pantry could use a lot of extra hands. They're running low on dry dog food and are completely out of cat litter. They say these items can be dropped off at either the Admissions and Assessment Center or the Adoption Center this week.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with meteorologist Dominic Ferraro.
It's been a lot of talk about the hot and humid conditions today, so let's take a little bit of a break here, talk about the chances then for a couple of storms we could see here in eastern Nebraska as we go throughout your Monday night into early Tuesday morning. We are still under a marginal level 1 out of 5 risk of severe weather here for Lincoln, Grand Island, up towards the Columbus area, Omaha, and of course down towards Beatrice, down to Hebron, Fairbury. And we could see an isolated severe storm to very late Monday into early Tuesday. That's if we see anything here in areas south of the interstate. Better chances for severe weather, though, off in this yellow shaded area. That's your slight level 2 out of 5 risk, meaning scattered severe storms are possible. Now, we can't rule out an isolated tornado or two, mainly here north of the Omaha area up towards Sioux City, and large hail a possibility as well, and damaging winds in the strongest storms that form tomorrow. So even if we do see storms, it's not a guarantee that you see those variables, but it's a possibility then as we go throughout the day, and we'll have a look at storm timing here coming up in just a little bit. As we take a live look here in the capital city, ABC Seamless camera at North 48th and Cornhusker Highways. Looking off then to the east, a little bit breezy out there too. Had a little bit of a shake in the camera. Temperatures at the moment still 85 here in Lincoln as well as Grand Island, 82 in Holdridge, into the lower 80s as you head out towards Ogallala, and finally seeing a few 70s as you get out into central Nebraska and portions of the Panhandle, but plenty warm here. It's still 87 up in the Omaha area, 86 in Beatrice, 85 in Hebron, so plenty warm out there. there. And as we just saw a little bit ago, heat index values still into the 90s as we get ready to close out your Sunday here and the weekend. Still plenty strong with those winds too out of the south, sustained between 15 miles per hour. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a couple stronger gusts between 30 and 40 as we go throughout the rest of your evening as well. But at least clear skies in the eastern portions of the state. Still got that one severe thunderstorm warning here. Is putting down a little bit of hail in portions of northwestern Cherry County. That's expected then to move off to the north and east towards portions of south central South Dakota. Now we take a look at Stormcast going forward. A little struggling here how the models have been handling the precipitation chances tonight, but here's one that's at least close. Now we could see a few more showers up towards Valentine there as we go through the rest of your Monday, but fairly clear for the start of our day here in eastern Nebraska. Shouldn't have any issues getting out the door. It's just going to be hot and humid and plenty of sunshine as we can see here until we head into the evening. Now, there's a chance for a light shower or two for northeast Nebraska. That's kind of just the start of things as we expect then a front is going to move on through and kind of fire up a few storms here from Sioux City down closer to the Columbus area, and then could see that storm coverage increase a little bit as we get closer then to 11 p.m., midnight, and into early Tuesday morning. So the majority of this model activity has kept things north of the capital city, mainly north of I-80, but can't rule out a few of those storms trying to make their way on down. In fact, even the chance for a few sprinkles then as we head out the door Tuesday as well. In terms of your high temperatures, though, here in southeast Nebraska, upper 90s here. I got us at 98 in Lincoln, so that would be the warmest temperature we've seen of 2026 so far. And the heat index won't be much better either. Into the triple digits once again. Got a forecast of 106 here in Lincoln, 110 up in the Omaha area. So again, still got to take precaution with those heat watches, warnings, and of course the advisories out there in orange. And that's where we are here for the capital city. That in place until Tuesday evening, as well as that extreme heat warning off to our east there in that kind of magenta color on your screen. Heat index values between 105 and 110 degrees. Now, as we take a look over the next couple of days, these temperatures aren't going anywhere as we head towards the start of July. A couple of chances then for showers, thunderstorms. I think the majority of these stay fairly isolated as we go through the next couple of days, and it only gets warmer as we head into the 4th of July weekend. So, I mean, not bad if you're planning on spending the 4th out towards the lake, you know, but at some point it'd be nice to maybe turn the temperatures down just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit, but I'm not complaining about maybe a pool day.
Yeah, I say pool day would be good, lake day. So it is the time of year to get out and do that. So you might as well get out there, enjoy it, and get cooled down from it as well. So.
For sure. Thank you so much, Dom. And there is a very important NU Board of Regents meeting happening tomorrow. Dr. Jeffrey Gold releasing this statement today about some of the contents of the upcoming meeting. He says he's very grateful for the partnership with the Omaha Community Foundation and their board. In our morning shows, we'll be breaking down what this partnership means for Nebraska's universities. So make sure you wake up with us to get the full report on what will be discussed. New at 10, an Olympic gold medalist skating their way around Lincoln. The John Breslow Ice Hockey Center welcoming Alyssa Liu to the rink. They say she was able to get a training session in this morning. Liu is a two-time gold medalist in the recent 2026 Winter Olympics. The center says they are proud to have her here in Lincoln. Pretty awesome to see her standing next to the Nebraska symbol right there. And coming up in sports, the Salt Dogs get a series sweep at home. Plus, we're revealing our athlete of the week. That's coming up right after the break.
Now, from the Channel 8 Sports Zone, sponsored by Greens Furnace and Plumbing, here's Channel 8 News Sports with sports anchor Jake Homan. The Channel 8 News Sports Zone.
Hey, what's going on? Welcome into your Sunday Night Sports Zone. It's the season of some summer baseball. Let's start off with Lincoln Salt Dogs today at Haymarket Park, looking for the series sweep over Chicago earlier this afternoon, but also to extend a lengthy win streak. Both dogs battling early, a 1-2-3 inning for Hayden Airbay in the first. Lincoln unable to get the bats rolling early. Fast forward, though, to the fifth inning here. We get a tied 2-2 ball game. Chicago up the plate. This one's got some carry on it, though. Over to left field, and Jairo Primeras trying to make a play on the ball, but that one gets over the fence. Dogs take a 4-2 lead, but it's a good thing this beautiful game is played 9 innings. The Salt Dogs will go on to score 5 in the 8th, and they sweep Chicago at home 8-6. Your final now have won 5 in a row. Mind you, the longest winning streak they have all season. And this is where things stand. Lincoln tied for last in the West Division, but as you can see, as those wins start to stack up, a gap is being closed, just 5.5 back from first place. So hey, long season still remains ahead. Let's talk some Kansas City Royals looking to need a win today really badly on the road, tied it up at 2 versus the White Sox in the second. A third here in the blooper to right would tie it up again, this time at 4. But guess who's back in the lineup? Bobby Witt Jr. returning, and on this Carter Jensen double, he's going to round the bases all the way from first to home, scoring the game-winning run. Kansas City gets the victory 5-4 on the road. And the World Cup officially in the round of 32 knockout stage today. The first game, well, delivering. Canada taking down South Africa 1-0. Canada gets their first victory and their appearance ever into the round of 16. And who else want to get there? Well, the U.S. of A., the boys in blue, will battle Bosnia later this week in a round of 32 match. I cannot wait for that one. That one begins 7 o'clock Wednesday night. And one Husker representing the Big Red on the grandest stage out in Casper, Wyoming. Nebraska Rodeo's Carly Hawkins got a chance to compete in the College Rodeo National Finals. That's why she's been named our Athlete of the Week.
The following segment is sponsored by Menards.
I competed in the Great Plains region in breakaway and goat tying, and then I ended up qualifying to the College National Finals.
Carly Hawkins represented Nebraska on the biggest stage, competing in the 2026 College Rodeo National Finals in Casper, Wyoming. The 23-year-old began chasing her master's at UNL just last year after graduating from Oklahoma State. So she spent her final season of eligibility in Lincoln, taking Nebraska Rodeo to the national stage.
To be out there, it's the highest we can go at the college level. So I had some rough draws out there, but and of course, we all want to win it all. We're all competitors.
Now, Hawkins qualified for one event in the Great Plains competition, goat tying. She was the first Nebraskan to qualify for the finals in 3 years. And while she's only been a Husker for one and final season, she says it was surreal to represent the Red in on the College Rodeo's biggest stage, and credits the Nebraska community for bringing her here.
It was still an amazing experience to have, and I was grateful to be able to go out there and represent UNL and myself, and me and my horse, we worked as hard as we could to get out there, and so it was amazing. Like, I love how everyone is very Nebraska, like, if that makes sense. Like, everybody's cheering for all of the sports, and they're all just, I'd say, big-hearted people, able to get the word out that Nebraska has a rodeo team, and I think a good culture that they're trying to build and bring to Nebraska itself and the rodeo community in general is just amazing as well.
Hawkins was also awarded the John J. Smith Graduate Program Scholarship, which recognizes the students based on their academics, excellence, and the sport of rodeo. And before we go, Husker football coming to college football 27.
Welcome to Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Nebraska football releasing their own little sneak peek of what to expect from the Cornhuskers in the next edition of College Football 27. The game does a really good job, as you can tell. It's showcasing Memorial Stadium really is like. And yes, in case you're wondering, those new uniforms will be in the game. Go buy it on the PS5, not the Xbox, because PlayStation's just better. All right, wrap it up now. The game will officially be released on July 9th. And that will do it for your sports. So, Emma, I'll go ahead and send it back over to you.
A final check of your weather coming up after the break. New at 10, one Lincoln police officer taking a trip down memory lane. One of their officers returning to Belmont Elementary, but this time as the teacher after 20 years. He paid a visit to Miss Barr's class to talk with students about summer safety. LPD says this kind of proactive approach is a big part of their efforts. Well, speaking of summer safety, Dom, break it down for us. What's it going to feel like out there?
Oh, it's going to be so hot tomorrow, Emma. And because of that, we had to bring out the fabled sploot meter graphic. It's in full force tomorrow. So fun fact, if you don't know, squirrels can't sweat, so they lay down on their sides like this to kind of cool off. This was a fun little project that Rusty sent me on one afternoon. So I had to bring that out here. Heat advisories, though, in place for southeastern Nebraska. Extreme heat warnings. Then off to our east, we're looking at heat index values into the triple digits, and it's going to stay on the warm side here the next couple days. So make sure you're drinking water, keep an eye on yourself and others, and we'll get through the heat together.
All right, thanks so much, Tom, and thank you for joining us. We'll see you right back here at 5 a.m. tomorrow.
Plan your next game night out or celebrate any milestone with us, because happy hour is even happier when you're winning. Only at Warhorse Casino, minutes from downtown in Lincoln.
Let your voice be heard by sharing your photos and videos to the Now Local News app. Earn points and redeem them for gift cards. Scan the QR code to